Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, New Zealand dollar is lower today as the US and China fling trade insults at each other. Firstly, China vowed overnight to retaliate if the United States acted on a threat to raise tariffs on their nation's exports, fueling fears in financial markets that the trade war between the world's two biggest economies would escalate. China reported that it imported nearly 60% less cars from the US in June as a consequence of retaliatory tariffs. Share markets in Asia closed sharply lower on these fears. Tokyo was down 1%, Hong Kong was hit hard, down 2.2%, and the Shanghai index was down 2% yesterday. These are worrying retreats. Wall Street, however, is a little higher, especially on tech, celebrating the unique achievements of the Apple share price, even though Apple's products are losing market share. New orders for American-made goods rose for a second straight month in June, but business spending plans on equipment were not as strong as initially thought. In fact, a surprising revision lower, suggesting a slowdown was likely in the third quarter in the US. All eyes are on the US non-farm payrolls report, due out tomorrow morning. In England, their central bank has raised their official interest rate for only the second time in a decade. The rate has risen by 25 basis points to 0.75%, the highest level since 2009. They made no other changes to their QE program, but they have left the door open to further hikes. Mexico also reviewed its policy rate, keeping it unchanged at 7.75%. Their growth rate is under pressure, so the next move might be a cut there, the bank said. They don't have a QE program. Global first world inflation is rising. The OECD is reporting that its members recorded a 2.8% rise in June, up from 2.6% in May. It was rising 1.9% the same month a year ago and 1.1% a year before that. The track is certainly higher in all our trading partners and where we buy most of our imports from. New Zealand car sales data for July is out, and that shows another strong month. More than 8,000 cars sold in July, and it was the highest level for a July since 2015. 66% of all cars sold were SUVs. US Treasury 10-year yield is at 2.99%. The Chinese 10-year is at 3.49%. That's down 1 basis point from this time yesterday. While the New Zealand equivalent is now at 2.83%, up another 1 basis point. Gold is down another $5 at $1,215 an ounce in New York. US oil prices have risen today and now just over $69 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is now over $73 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will open significantly softer, down 0.5 cent at 67.4 US cents. On the cross rates, we're little changed at 91.5 Aussie cents and 58.2 euro cents. That puts the TWI at 71.1. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.